Ah,
I should close up
I
a
should
bit.
close up
Okay,
a bit.
hold on.
Okay, hold on. 15. I think we should cut that to now because the inauguration will start exactly at 6, and I. The Commonwealth of Redmont, that is Kaiser and Juniper, respectively. Sorry,
Sorry,
I was
I
talking.
was talking.
Wait,
I
wait.
wasn't? Question mark?
I I think it is because like I could see from the OBS I am talking. So now because the inauguration was. Ah yes, I was talking. Sorry for that. We had a bit of technical problems. Um, Before we go in to the inauguration live at the Capitol Theater, let's just talk. Let's just talk over what has been doing. What has been going. Sorry for a
Sorry for a
moment.
moment.
Sorry for that.
Again, we are
We are
having some
having some
technical
technical
difficulties.
difficulties. Um, let's go over to what has been going on in the background before this inauguration. So, as Kaiser's first day as president, she just got the role in the servers a few hours ago. And with that, announced her first day presidential appointments. Let me just go over that. Let me just go over that. So the Department of State will be Department of Commerce is Avanesh. DCT temporary DCT secretary will be Superior. Yes. DCT and DPA secretaries are acting DCT secretaries. They are not to be they are not the official pick by President Kaiserin. Homeland Security, Hamdog, Interior Winterwolf, and then Education will still continue to be Dino, and Department of Health will continue to be KJ. Also, Department of Justice will be
Gribble.
Gribble. Also, to add, her nominations for chief of staff will be either the press advisor will be Yanintron. Sure for that. But I think if I'm not correct, if I'm correct, the the inauguration should start shortly in a few seconds. So let's cut to the main. Cameras, and let's cut to the main cameras and let's see.
our DPA person seems to have disappeared. Oh. Whatever. Seeing that our DPA person seems to have disappeared, I guess I can take over if nobody has any complaints. Speak now or forever hold your peace, I suppose. Thank you everybody for being here today. We really appreciate it. Again, please, if you weren't specifically invited to sit up here, please vacate that area right now. It's very, 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 very appreciated. So we've got a couple speeches. We've got, hold on, I actually have a list of what's going to happen. Yes, we have a couple of speeches from a couple of really fantastic speech people. And then the Honorable Dr. Explosive will conduct the swearing in. Thank you, Honorable Dr. Explosive. But yeah, I'm sure you all know. Well, I guess not all of you know how this works because I also don't know how this works, but we'll see how it works. We're going to pass it over to Kaiserin for the opening speech of our inauguration. Go Kaiserin.
Hello, thank you. Good evening, Redmont. Thank you so much for being here. Today marks an important occasion as I begin my first day in office. On the 10th, you sent a strong message. With a large margin, you elected me, of all people, to lead you. Juniper and I garnered an astonishing 63% of the vote. This is a powerful democratic mandate, and the faith that you've placed in me, my cabinet, and my party humbles me to no end. Truly, there is no greater honor one can receive in Redmont than to be elected president, and for that, I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart. If I can make one promise for my term, it's that I will not let you down. I take this job and the trust you've placed in me very seriously. Every single day, it will be my goal to serve you, the people, and to be the vehicle with which progress is made in our country. Day in and day out, I'll be putting my all to do right by the working people of this great nation and to deliver the honest, active, and accountable leadership that you deserve. I'd like to take the time to thank some of the people who have been invaluable to me in my journey to get here. If there can be one person that's most deserving of thanks, it would be my wife, Juno. She's been my comrade, my closest advisor, and most importantly, the love of my life throughout my entire time on DC. I genuinely don't know where I'd be without her. I met her through this server, and now I talk to her every single day. She started the movement that I now lead, and I honestly owe my career to her. I'd also like to thank Juniper, my vice president, for always being there for me, keeping me in check when I'm out of line, listening to my insane ramblings, and overall being an amazing advisor and ally. I'd like to thank my predecessor, 1950, for being an inspiration to me and for showing me that when we put our minds to it, anything is possible. I'd like to thank my good friend Small Fries, who I met so long ago at Dragon Law Firm, who always shares a unique perspective and with whom I've made so many fond memories. And lastly, I'd like to thank the Workers' Party for being the best damn community someone could ask for, and for being an amazingly talented group of people who I know I can always rely on when I need something done. For now, that's enough from me. You'll have plenty of opportunities to hear my stupid voice over the next 4 months. I'd like to turn your attention now to President 1950, who will be giving a goodbye speech read and voiced by Juniper Fig. The floor is yours, Mr. President.
Okay. This speech, again, is from 1950. I did not write this. Yes. Letter to the citizens of Redmont. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, dear fellow citizens of Redmont. 120 days, 4 months. That's the amount of days I have been holding the honor to serve you all as your president of the Commonwealth. I assumed the presidency with the promise, the determination, and the intention to begin a change in Redmont. For a long time, Redmont had been going in a certain direction, the direction of the few, the direction of the wealthy. But this term, we've made that change together. We've begun a change in the government. We've made the government work for the many. We've made the government lose the fear to fight the powerful and the wealthy for the benefit of everyone. We've increased transparency. We've increased cooperation. We've increased the voice that you have in government decisions. And for that, I am proud of what we achieved together. The election's credibility issues were solved with transparency and determination. We have had the determination to seize 2 banks in order to save the financial system and do as much as possible to save as many savings as possible of their clients. Some may say that it's a disaster. No, it is not a disaster. The financial system has a structural problem that has to be addressed, and this seizure was the first step to address and fix its structure. Enough of letting the banks go unregulated. We've begun enforcing the bank's regulation laws, which let us find the threat that Vanguard was for the economy of Redmont, and we've done what had to be done. We've also been able to address a pandemic in just a couple of days with the bravery of our members from the Department of Health and the rapid cooperation of the Department of the Interior to provide the necessary medicines. We have established a military to defend our nation in case of attack. We have had the determination to fight plot hoarders' interests in the favor of the many by working with Congress on the Plots Act to address the plot crisis for once. We've begun negotiations to achieve a treaty of mutual recognition with the government of Alexandria so we can begin the establishment of diplomatic relations with their nation. We've made the Brown House get involved with the commemorations and important festivities through the banners of its facade. But we have also had to face some difficulties. Various resignations that have taken time to replace because of the limited amount of people available. In a more personal sense, my absence during a certain period of May. The pressures and the lawsuits from the wealthy and powerful people when we've tried to touch their privileges, and quite some other difficulties that we've managed to overcome the best we've been able to get to where we are now. And I would like to thank many people who have been essential for doing everything. First of all, I would like to thank my cabinet and all the people that have gone through it. They've worked really hard to achieve what we've achieved. And it couldn't have been done without the amazing team that we have, a team of very capable people. I would also like to thank my party for the support given throughout the term, but especially to Kaiserin. She has been of great help during the term in different aspects. That's why I know she will be doing a great job as president. She's ready for the position and she will prove it. Also, thanks to Dorrington for the hard work put into the press conferences and addressing the security issues with Rory. Also, thanks to Junie for advice, and Juno for the first weeks of communication with Congress. Of course, an enormous thanks to Inter for helping me go through the position for the first weeks, and as well to LCN for also helping me getting used to the position. Thank you to Jimmy for the constant support shown and the interesting conversations we've had through the last couple of months. Thank you to the opposition. Although we've had some tensions at some points, and although I haven't liked some behaviors at some points, I think we've been able to work on some measures together, and good legislation has been introduced. I would like to remind everyone, though, that it's good to be a constructive opposition than a toxic opposition. We can all achieve better results with a constructive opposition than a toxic opposition. Although we don't have the best relationship right now, I would like to thank the GER and Yeet for trusting me when we decided to run a joint ticket. Although in the last month or last 2 months we've had a pretty bad relationship, I think during the first half of the term we worked kind of well. Thank you to the press for the amazing job they've done with their reports, their questions, and everything. Keep up the good work. But especially, and most importantly, thank you, citizens of Redmont, for trusting in me back in February and showing support in different moments. I cannot be any more proud of having served a nation like we are, and I hope I've been able to get to your expectations. And if anyone has felt deceived, I'm sorry, and we can talk about it if you want. This term was a term of changes, of doing things differently to achieve goals for the many. Many changes have been started and are still open to development, and I'm sure Kaiserin will be able to get those changes and continue them with her ideas and her points of view. I wish Kaiserin good luck in her journey they're about to begin. It's not an easy journey. It's a journey full of feelings, full of amazing moments and frustrations, full of correct decisions and wrong decisions, of cheering and booing, of pressures and support. But in the end, it's worth the sacrifice. my advice would be to listen to as many voices as possible and do what your consciousness tells you to do. And with that, I conclude my speech. Thank you so much for everything, Redmont. Good luck, Kaiserin. Beautiful speech. I think it was read pretty well, too. Thanks for letting me read that, 1950. Okay. Now it is time for the presentation of secretaries. I don't actually know how to present secretaries. Do I just read the list of... Oh, do you want Juno's speech now, Kaiserin?
Yeah, it's actually time for Juno's speech.
Okay, that wasn't in the schedule. Fantastic. Go for it, Juno.
Time for my speech. If you've heard it before, no, you haven't. My fellow Redmontians, it is great to be here with you all as we stand witness to the historic inauguration of Kaiserin to the office of the President of the Commonwealth of Redmont. I met Kaiserin on the 6th of January, only 5 months ago. We bonded over our shared backgrounds, our common views, and our gayness. Over time, I began to realize that she would become an essential part of the Workers' Party, and soon after that, I realized she would be an essential part of my life too. In those 5 months, she and I have built careers in our own rights, and developed friendships and community that will follow us for years to come. Despite this, she and I are still intimately familiar with the issues that plagued us as we first began this adventure. That insight allows her to be the best fit for the job that she has won. Kaiserin's drive and perseverance are nearly limitless. When she puts her mind to something, she gets it done, to the pleasure of our allies and the chagrin of our opponents. Unlike many Redmontian politicians, both past and present, this work is meaningful to her. The well-being of our player base isn't just a talking point or an aesthetic. For Kaiserin, it's the entire purpose of her presence in Redmont. Believe me, we've had hours of conversations about bills and political issues about this dumbass server. Kaiserin doesn't just give her all for her community. When she does something, she does it well. She isn't your everyday populist. She is a skilled orator, an articulate legislator and lawyer, and a thoughtful and passionate communicator. If she's putting her name on something, you can be sure it's top quality. Fighting for you and every other common player is what gives her purpose. Lastly, Kaiserin is consistently a great friend, a reliable colleague, and the best wife I could ever ask for. No matter who you are, she's willing to lend you an ear and give you a chance. She knows that behind every player, behind every screen name, there's a real person with their own life, their own beliefs, their own worries, and their own feelings. Those are the people that Kaiserin fights for. She has taught me so much about communication, compromise, and my own emotions. I love you so much, baby. Without further ado, I present to you the next president of the Commonwealth of Redmont, Kaiserin. I wrote that because I thought that she was gonna speak after me, but whatever.
Amazing. Thank you, Juno.
I love you, Juno.
Okay. Am I doing a presentation of secretaries? We've got some secretaries here. Okay. Do you guys walk up to the podium and I say your name and what secretary you are, or
Yeah, go for it.
How do we want to do? Okay, fantastic. Small Fries is not a secretary. We can start on the right with Human. Beautiful, beautiful, some human on Earth will be our Secretary of the Department of State. Then we've got Angry Ham Dog, the Secretary. Hopefully, if he passes, it might be a tough pass. Will be our DHS Secretary. Everybody knows and loves our beautiful DHS Secretary Ham Dog. We've got our Attorney General, Gribble19, which I'm so stoked about. Up here, we've got the DOH Secretary, KG. Very, very, very exciting. Kay has amazing plans for the DOH. We do have other secretaries, they just didn't want to show up. We've got Winterwolf for the DOI. We have Avanish for the DOC. What am I missing? That's okay. I believe that's all except for Dino for the DOE. We will be announcing our DCT and DPA secretaries. Well, probably shortly. Yeah, we love the DOE and we love Dino. Thank you for DOEing, as always. Okay, is it time for my speech? Or are we doing that? Or
I think so.
was that all the secretaries?
I think so.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah.
What did I forget?
No, you're good.
What did I forget? What?
No, you're good. Nothing.
Okay. Okay. This speech was a labor of love of multiple of my friends helping me write this. I'm not going to read the initial draft of it, but I will happily tell everybody what was in there later. But without further ado, I'm not reading the draft. Hello, people of Redmont. I don't know what to say. I've had a few people reach out to me for comments on our victory, and it is horribly, horribly difficult for me to find the words to describe how much this means to me. So this is probably going to be a whole bunch of thank yous, and not a lot of substance. As vice president, I plan to use my position to be more than just a tiebreaker. I'm going to use the executive branch as a tool for the people and to help the country progress during the next 4 months. I'm so excited to support our departments and our secretaries the best I can. I really, really, really love this server. I found so many incredible friends here. This is an amazing community filled with dedicated, talented, and welcoming people, and I am so honored to be standing in front of you today as your next vice president. I want to thank Kaiserin for being the greatest partner in crime a girl could ask for. I want to thank 1950, our outgoing president, for always believing in me and giving me great advice. I want to thank Smalls for just always being correct. I want to thank Georgia and Aoife and Gribble and Gold and just lists and lists of people. I want to thank everyone in the WPR for your unending support and encouragement. And I want to thank every citizen of Redmont, whether you voted for us or not, because your existence makes this server worthwhile. And despite the earlier snub, thank you, Dino, for always keeping me sane. As your new vice president, I am so grateful to everyone who has placed their trust in myself and Kaiserin to lead the nation forward. I love you, and I mean it. Yeah. I think it's time for Explosive to get up here and swear us in.
Where is he? Is he here?
Yeah, he's over there.
Okay,
He's tiny.
He's just tiny.
He's tiny.
You might want to get big.
No, I think he's perfect just the way he is.
Okay. He's a very normal size.
Explosive, if you're talking, I don't think any of us can hear you.
Yeah.
I had my microphone button off. God.
Okay. I was really.
I was like,
I thought you might be
This
typing
is a fun
in game
swearing name.
or.
No. Okay, repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Redmont,
I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Redmont,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation of or purpose of evasion,
that I take this obligation freely without any. Sorry, could you repeat?
mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
Mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office that I'm about to enter.
So help me end.
So help me end.
Ladies and gentlemen of Redmont, your new president, Kaiserin.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. All right. With that out of the way, thank you again so much, all of you, for showing up. Friends, the time is now. Thank you to the Honorable Dr. Explosive for being here today and conducting my swearing in. If there's one thing I would like you to hear as we move into this presidential term, it's this. I will not be complacent. There will be hard times. There will be times when my administration falters, but through it all, I will never stop representing you, the people, and I will never stop giving my all to this country. We're going to make Redmont a fairer place for all. We're going to fix the economy, we're going to raise wages, we're going to lower taxes, and we're going to secure the finance sector. The people deserve an economy that's not just prosperous, but equitable. The people deserve to know that they're not getting cheated by wealthy oligarchs, and they deserve a guaranteed fair living wage. Everyone is entitled to the opportunity to find economic security doing what they love. We're going to give new players the safety and support they need. We're going to lower playtime requirements for government jobs, create apartment registries, lower plot prices, and bring back the National Welfare Office so that no matter if you're new or old, you always know that you've got someone in your corner fighting for your right to a fair shot at success. We're going to give our towns the reforms they deserve. No longer will the national government neglect our towns and districts. We're going to ensure fairer local elections for Oak Ridge and Aventura and high levels of development for Willow. All of Redmont deserves to be beautiful, prosperous, and equitable, no matter where you live. And most of all, we're going to stand by our campaign promises. Leadership, activity, and progress. As a leader, I've never been afraid to do what's right and to stand up for what I believe in. As a community member, I've always given every aspect of this country the attention it deserves. And as a force for change, I will always be moving forward. No stagnation, no uncertainty, and no empty promises. Thank you all so much for electing me, and thank you for taking the time to be here. I love you, Redmont, and I mean it. Have a good night. Thank you. I am going to be hanging out at the theater for a while and then moving into the Brown House. Everyone is free to join me. I have nothing planned. We're just going to be hanging out. Oh, Juniper needs to be sworn in.
Sorry, that was
Oh
a
my god.
beautiful ending to the thing. I'm not bound. I can do whatever I want.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
This was very well planned. Oh my god.
Hey, our DPA rep ditched. It's not my fault.
Thank you, DPA. We're gonna fix that, guys.
Okay,
Get to the frat
explosive.
house.
Hit me with it.
I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Redmont.
I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Redmont.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me end.
So help me end.
Ladies and gentlemen of
Thank you.
Redmont, your new vice president.
Okay.
Yay!
And now we can party.
Now we can party. Oh my god. Hemdog, why are you waving a sword at me? Yeah.
He's already threatening us. Oh no.
Oh god.
Okay.
Sure. Go for it.
Do it. Do it.
No, you have my
Do it.
consent. Go ahead.
Do it. You might want to turn murder consent on.
I think it's PvP off, maybe.
Oh yeah. I can't punch people in here. That
Oh,
rocks.
cool. We should all go to the general VC.
Yeah, we should totally go to the general VC. See you guys in the general VC. Hold on. Let me make one that's like actually called something fun.
That would be a great idea. Channel name.